everybody. Back at it again. Grind don't stop. We're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna try to make this the fastest video ever. We got the interior D linemen, D tackles preferably. Number 10, we got Makai Wingo out of LSU. Size freaks, you guys know the drill by now. Projection 4th to 5th round pick. You know, he was highly touted coming into the season. Had a lot of hype. Didn't quite get the production that you'd want, but I still have him. I still think pretty highly of him and feel like he can be at least a solid, consistent player. You know, he's pretty explosiveness off the ball. Good bend for his size. But him and a lot of guys, you know, they're a little undersized at this position, lack the arm length you want. But if it was really that big of a deal, these people wouldn't be drafting him, you know. And he can, just have better hand usage. So we got a shoulder rank against comp. You guys should know by now for these positions that I'm not overly studying and know what to look for. I just look for a comp of a person we all collectively know to some degree. Sometimes for shits and giggles, I might, do some funny stuff. Number 9, I got Mason Smith, also out of LSU, the partner. 5-star recruit, highly touted, more of a project guy. You know, I think he has a better ceiling than a lot of these guys at this list. He's just not fully developed. You know, doesn't have many plans on pass pro. Doesn't have many moves. Little high too in the pad level. Could get lower leverage, but a great blend of quickness and strength that you would want at the position. So we saw Jared Odrick comp. Had a pretty solid career for the Dolphins in the 2010s. So I said, why not? Number 8, I got Dwayne Carter out of Duke. Messed up his name, I think. No, that's how you spell it. And the W's capitalized. Another 3rd to 4th round guy. Next year I'm gonna just do tiers with some of these so you guys can know how close I think these people are, and they should all be drafted somewhat near, same rounds, stuff like that. Good play strength, good agility, again, for a guy his position. Doesn't have the best hand placement, especially in pass pro. Could have some struggles shedding blockers, and could be a little quicker in his processing reaction time in the run game. And something we can all agree on, folks, is he reminds us of Neville Gallimore. You know who he is. You know what team he plays for. You know what number he is. Definitely. Number 7, we got Braden Fisk out of Florida State. Stop me if the 3rd and 4th round is going to be lit. That's really when you're going to get the depth pieces, and I probably have about 70 people going in the 3rd round, which not many picks, but whatever. Good motor, good explosiveness, tough, gritty, one of those guys. Hard-working player, will give you his all damn near every play. Another guy, though, doesn't have the arm length you want, and a little high at sometimes with the pad level. Want him to get lower center of gravity. Jerry Tillery is a guy we do know, at least some of the more advanced, if you're a little more than a casual, you should have at least heard his name before. I think he has a good ceiling of a solid starter, very good rotational guy early in his career. So, number 6, I got my boy Michael Hall Jr. Got him as a 3rd round pick. I think he's a little more athletic, has that profile of a guy you can develop. So I see him being a more highly touted prospect than the guys we just named, but another guy, good motor, good agility. Needs to be consistent with his balance. Especially in the run game, can get knocked off of the attack, and can be a better pass rusher just in general. So you want to develop him some moves, some hand placements. But I think of a guy like Grady Jarrett for the Falcons, how he was, pretty pretty similar trajectory I believe he could be in the right system. So from one side of the game to the other, got Chris Jenkins out of Michigan. Another third round guy, sure, could be higher, could be lower, at this point, who gives a fuck? One of the more intelligent players at this position, his dad, Chris Jenkins, don't know why he's not a junior, but, who really gives a fuck? And then his uncle, which is my player comp, Cullen Jenkins, he's been around them. He knows how to play the position at a high level, knows what it takes to, just be a pro. So, liked that a lot. More of a run defender, too. So that's why I liked the comp when I saw it. Good versatility, though, along the line. He could play any position. I think he can play in any scheme. A lot of people say he's more scheme reliant. He's not much of a pass rusher at all, but for run defense, early downs, I think he has a pretty good skill set in dissecting run plays and pulls and whatnot. But again, with the pass rush, he doesn't have many moves, more of a bull rush guy, and play strength can be a little better, whether that's just himself or if he needs to get in the weight rooms. I think he's going to be a solid player for a long time, so don't really have any concerns there. With my boy number 4, though, we got Rook Ororo out of Clemson. Try to say that name a lot. I'm just casually going by. Hopefully, I watched a video of him pronouncing his name. Not even pronouncing, really, just telling you how to say it before I watched this video. There's 1 to 2 players every year whose names I fuck up, or I laugh before I even say the name because I know that this is going to be a struggle. But Ororo, he said not to pronounce the H's. We're going to roll at it. Second to third round guy, very good athleticism, good strength, one of the better athletes at this position, good build for it too. But, he could get lower, get more flexible, more bendy, pad level, get the better leverage. And again, newer football player, so newer person to the position, coach him up, develop him, get him some pass rush moves and a plan. I think he'll be a very good player, just like Justin Matabake was for the Ravens, had a career year, got paid. So I saw the comp, I liked it, from one very good development to Lord knows what's going to happen with this guy. I got Tavondre Sweat out of Texas. Obviously, by my reaction, this is coming after his DWI charge, so his projection is who knows at this point. I would have had him at a second or third round pick, but you guys know how this is when you have character issues at this point in the draft process. You could be a damn near 6th round pick. Undrafted, I don't know. We'll see how severe it was. It doesn't sound necessarily good, but we don't know. People have done worse things, I guess, and have stayed in the league. So on top of that, he has some concerns with effort play to play. So he's definitely a walking red flag, one of the biggest red flags in the draft. But, very very good to great talent, though. It's like, do you want to... DJ Reader, I think he has the potential to be a Pro Bowl D tackle in this league. Very good strength, good hands. He knows how to get past blockers. So it's a risk that, could be a very good reward, but again, very high risk, at least this early in his career. I think, humans that we can improve and be better. So, this is just outside of football at this point. My talking to him would be, but for the sake of a tangent, let's just go on to Jazon Newton, or Johnny Newton out of Illinois. I got him as a first round. Him and Murphy at this point, I think, are locks the first round. Pretty good bend, good athleticism, and agility. Dear God, suffering succotash over here. Good lateral quickness, side to side guy. Another individual though that lacks the arm length and more of a like I was saying with Braylon Trice and Nealon yesterday with the backfield tackling, more of a ankle tackler, not wrap you up, slam you down. I feel like he can get better at that, get more tenacity at him in the run game. But again, another guy I think is a very high ceiling guy, Javon Hargrave, one of the better D tackles now, especially since Aaron Donald retired. So like that comp a lot. Said put it on the keynote. You guys know how the vibe be. And number one, for the most part, consensus. If you like Newton better, more power to you. But I think Byron Murphy the second has more, a little more tools, a little more all around game, good motor, good leverage, good play strength. He's another guy though that can improve the tackling in the backfield and shorter arm length. But I think he's a very well put together young gentleman. So I think he's gonna have a long, good career. Ed Oliver, it took him some time, but he's one of the more solid pieces of that Bills defense now. So like that comp a lot. Like this draft class a lot. I think it's very deep. I think very highly of a guy that I think could be in the 5th round. So that tells you, King Kaleb, we're going to keep rolling, folks. Only a couple more positions, believe it or not. We're going to be done by probably the weekend. I might take another day off or so, but then we'll get down to the mock drafts, and then you probably won't see me again for the rest of the year. But anyway, this has been your boy King Kaleb here, signing the fuck out.